and we just wanted to come and talk to you guys and tell you what our next video is going to be about. We also want to thank all of our new subscribers. Thanks for following us. We really do appreciate it as you really join the Johnsons and come on this adventure with us. So now we wanted to talk about our next video. We wanted to discuss about kind of how we got this place, kind of our motivation behind it, why we did it, and moved from King County into the country.
Exactly. So kind of just to back up a little bit, some quick context. Dion and I have been married for almost 7 years.
Oh my God.
It'll be 7 years in February. And we both lived in Seattle, met in Seattle, we're working in Seattle, and we got married. And then after about 6 months of marriage, we lost our first baby. I was 6 months pregnant. It was our daughter, Bella. And that was devastating, of course.
Yeah.
And we got pregnant with our first son, Malachi, and I had to be on bed rest for the whole pregnancy, and that was a whole ordeal. But we had to sell our place in Seattle because we were going from 2 incomes to 1 income. So we had to reduce our overhead drastically, and we sold our homes. We both had homes in Seattle and sold them, and we bought a 1-bedroom condo in Federal Way, which is like 30 minutes south of Seattle.
1-bedroom condo.
And we both had houses, so we were downsizing usually in the time when people are upsizing, when they're starting families. And but we just had to reduce our overhead significantly. So we were still in King County, but about 30 minutes away from Seattle, living in a 1-bedroom condo. And we bought it. It was a fixer. I'm a real estate agent, and Dion is construction everything. And so we remodeled the condo ourselves, and we lived there for the past 5 years. We had our son there. We had our next son there. And so here we find ourselves, this is a year ago now, with 2 small boys in a 1-bedroom condo, kind of like, okay, Lord, we need to buy a home, but of course housing in King County is extremely expensive and you don't get much space. So I was actually pretty ironic. I was working with a client, and she was looking for a condo to buy, and we felt like God brought our buyer for our condo, but yet we didn't have a home. So Dion and I are like, well, where are we going, Lord?
Where are we going? Where are we going? And we just was like, you know, we're gonna do this. So we ended up moving in with Katie's mom, the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
I have an awesome mother-in-law. No, she's great.
We're gonna live with your mom for how long? I don't know.
What? No, it's all good.
So it was really humbling experience.
The real estate market was insane.
It was
last summer.
insane.
I mean, everything's getting outbid. There's 20 bids on every home, and still, even being in real estate, it was tough. So it was discouraging at times. I mean, for sure. So any of you that are really wanting a kind of your new home, I mean, hang in there. It'll happen.
We've learned that when we're walking with the Lord, He often does not show you the full picture, if ever. It's the next step, and we wrestled with it, and then he was like, it's time to go. And we didn't know where we were going, and then he brought us a buyer. It was like, it felt like he had kicked us out of our condo.
Straight up.
It was like, you guys were gone, and we didn't know, but that's kind of, we trust God and He provides, but it's definitely a faith walk, and we wrestled.
Definitely. The thing is, we wanted land, we wanted space. I mean, we could have got a house, you know, for, I mean, as you say, the median was $450,000 for, you know, a nice house. I'm still on a small lot, and we could have done that. And I just was like, you know what? Just for me and my family, I was just like, I really felt like we were supposed to have land. I wanted space. I wanted the boys to be able to run and everything that comes with the land. Just the freedom, the opportunity, kind of not so busy. I just really wanted to have my family on a nice piece of property with land and space. So. And
Dion also is really handy. We'll go into more his story.
Video.
Yeah, I mean he loves to chop wood, and he can fix engines, and he's the kind of guy that he knows how to operate machinery. So land suits him. We've just, as a married couple, have never had it, and I was a little nervous because I never really grew up on a lot of land, but nonetheless, we couldn't find anything. We were really discouraged, and Dion was like, okay, we'll just have to buy a house on a small lot, and maybe one day when I'm retired, we can have some land. You know, we were really discouraged, and so we decided to take a break, and it's been about 6 weeks, and we were like, you know what? We haven't fasted. Let's fast and pray and continue to believe that God will maybe provide. And fasting is something that we've done at various points in our lives and relationship, and the Lord has always miraculously done a breakthrough. And this was true for us in housing as well.
Yeah.
We fasted. Dion decided, I forgot what we fasted, but so the first day of our fast, we're at this park and we're playing with the boys in the water, and Dion's on his phone looking on Redfin, and what pops up?
This property.
This property, but it was priced ridiculously cheap. So we were like, okay, what's wrong with it? You know, it must be like sitting on a swamp or something.
Yeah.
Because it was priced so cheap. It was disgusting.
It
you
was
know,
disgusting.
but
All the properties that we seen with manufacturers' homes with land, this one was by far best condition. And so also, you know, us being in real estate, we knew that, hey, we can either find land and then have all the utilities on site, which would be awesome. We looked at building, we looked at the cost of that, but
Right.
still, even with building and the financing costs, you're still at like $300,000. So it was like, might as well just buy a house if we're going to be at that high of a
Right.
range with just building new construction. So this was a great deal because it had all the utilities on site. It just had a manufactured home that needed some love.
right. And Dion did an escalation clause, and of course you waived inspection, and we were the highest offer.
Yeah.
Saw the potential because we knew what was out there, and being in real estate and seeing so much property, we knew there was a lot of value. Even though there was a lot of unknowns, we didn't know the condition of the septic, we didn't know the condition of the water and the well. So we had to get a little creative being real estate investors with financing, because Dion and I have done rehabs before, and we used a hard money loan to close on this place. But even that was challenging because a lot of hard money lenders didn't want to lend on it because it's a manufactured home. Manufactured homes are a little harder to finance. And so the strategy was to use a hard money loan, which is a cash offer, and then me and Dion would put the work into it to make the house financeable by a traditional bank conventional loan. So we, our offer was the highest. We got it. That was super exciting.
16 offers.
16. That was, yeah.
16
Yeah.
offers.
Yeah.
It's like you line up 16 people up the driveway that wanted this place in the condition. It's like,
Right.
what?
Right. It was.
My God. Come on.
But we knew, like, even if the septic was totally shot and we had to replace it.
Yeah.
Even if the well was bad water and we had to
Drill a new well.
Yeah, it was priced so low that even with those risks, it was worth the risk ourselves.
Worth the risk. Yep.
So, you know, the listing agent didn't even list that there was a shop, and there was so much more value on this land that he didn't
Yeah.
know. And when we were looking at building, you have to drill wells, you have to put in septics. Well, all that was already here. So even if the condition was bad, it was still here. That saved us any costs. So anyway, we had got a hard money loan, and then our offer was accepted. Yay. And our closing was in 5 days. So, and the first day of our fast is the day Dion found this on Redfin, and we were scurrying to put the offer in and all that good stuff. And then the second day of our fast, so our closing is in 5 days. So we have 5 days. The second day, our lender was like, "Oh, we didn't know it was a manufactured home. We're not going to lend on it because a hard money lender wants to make sure that it's bank financeable, so we could refinance into a conventional loan." And manufactured homes can be financed by conventional loans. There's just a lot more hurdles. And they just bailed on us. They were like, we don't want to do a manufactured home. And I'm like, I called Dion, I was so upset. And I'm like, they didn't really even look at it. They just approved our hard money loan and whatever. So here we are,
Yeah.
day 2. We won, we got the offers,
Yeah.
but now we don't have money to close.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And closing is in 5 days. I mean, we were like, Lord, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And so we call, again, we are real estate investors in the Northwest. In the years prior, we had done a ton of networking. Dion had gone to all
Love
these.
networking. Networking is awesome. Networking is getting to know people that are like-minded in whatever field that you are in. So
Right. And so when we were all those years living at the condo, and I was a real estate agent, am and was then. We were rehabbing, partnering with people. Dion was going to meetups every week, King County.
Love meetups.
All over. So that all played to our advantage, you know, lo and behold, in this situation. So we're calling everybody we know, lenders, investors.
Yeah.
And I was on the phone all day and I kept getting no's. Nope, we're not going to lend on it. Nope, nope. I mean, literally all day, like 8 hours on the phone. And then finally I got another connection. I talked to a lady, and she is a bank financer and like a conventional loan. And I told her what we were trying to do, etc. And she had remembered Dion. She's like,
oh yeah.
She's like, I know who you are. I met your husband at a meetup and you were at home with your baby. And then I was like, oh yeah. And we were talking. And then she talked to her superiors at the hard money lender business. And
right.
They decided to lend on
Lend
this
it, yep.
because they knew Dion.
Wait up. Love
So-
networking. It's all about who you know.
It is all about who you know. And God just blessed us
And
with
God.
that.
Yeah, and God, come on. God.
Yeah, and so what she did is she was a hard money lender, and then she was working with our conventional lender. Like
Yeah, and they all knew each other, and
they all knew each
it was
other.
crazy. It was crazy how it all worked out. It was just like, oh yeah, we know them, and it was
Yeah,
just great. It was we were
Right.
so humbled by
right.
how it all came together.
We were able to close. It was the last day of our fast, and now the work had begun.
Now the work had begun. Hey, thanks for watching our video on how God provided this amazing opportunity for us to get this land. And in the next video, make sure that you check it out. We're gonna go into basically the remodel and what this place looked like before, and then also what it looked like after I remodeled it. Painting, flooring, carpet, bathrooms, all of that. So make sure you check that out. It's really cool, really encouraging for anyone that want to get land. And so make sure that you like our videos, make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell so that you know when we're coming out with new videos. Thanks for watching.